I'm kicking high speeds all day. I don't play that shit.
Or I should say was torpedoed into a police car, at which time there was a police officer inside the vehicle.
The perception that you see on the news is that it's young African American people.
People throughout the United States see Oakland as a city that's out of control because of this illegal activity called the sideshow.
A sideshow is a gathering of youth showing off what they hard worked and done. What have they done for them? Like cars, clothes, people coming together just to see their friends. That's what a sideshow is.
A sideshow is where people go show off their cars, swing their cars, and to have fun.
I guess it's kind of like drag racing, isn't it? But people are doing kind of tricks and stuff.
Yes, I do know what a sideshow. That's when they're out there driving fast and being disrespectful to the neighborhood.
The sideshow? You know, I've heard of it, but no, I don't know too much about it.
Profiling, siding, scraping, going down.
These are all words that can be used to describe the phenomenon known as the Oakland sideshow.
Other towns claim to have sideshows, but don't nobody do it like we do it out here in the town.
But is it all good? Is it all bad? How does the sideshow really affect our communities?
One thing for sure, sideshows have been around for a long time, and they ain't going nowhere no time soon.
In the mid-'80s, young adults used to hang out at the Eastmont Mall. And basically that's how it started off. I mean, eventually the vehicles got involved.
I'm gonna tell you how sideshows started and whatnot. You feel me? Sideshow started when you went to your another nigga hood with some hypo shit. You went over there to side on them. That's how sideshows start.
The sideshow usually take place along the MacArthur corridor or Bancroft. And the participants are not young teenagers. These are adults whose ages range from 27 years old up to 34 years old, who come into a community 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and just wreak havoc on a community of people who are trying to enjoy the peace and quietness of their homes.
Sideshows often happen on High Street and Foothill, but you feel me, most of the time it's up in the deep, you know what I'm saying? It be on 90, 98, 73rd.
Various people go to sideshows. I mean, I'm 28 years old and I might sit and watch a sideshow. I might admire the way that someone can drive their car, and there might be some of my students that are there who are like 13 years old, you know, who might want to watch a sideshow as well.
It's truly the spectrum of young people. The average age of the sideshow participants is 26. People from all walks of life participate in the sideshow.
You get your black people, white people, Mexicans, Chinese, Asians, man. You feel me?
Jamaicans.
You even get your Arabs that run the liquor stores that be out there, man, at the sideshows, man. Everybody be there.
Well, sideshows are a place where young people get together. It originally started out as boy meets girl, showing off your car, seen and being seen. It's evolved, though, into something that's that plus some crime, some violence.
Fuck that bitch down! Yeah! Yeah! Fuck that shit up! The tins! Get the tins! Get that boy! Yeah! That's enough! Yeah! Yeah! Dumbass murder boy! Dumbass murder boy! Straight up! Yeah! Dumbass murder boy! Nigga, what? Do that bitch in, nigga! She don't belong out here! She don't belong! You rolled down the road, shit, mommy! She got a phone! Oh!
Sideshows are fun and positive, however, it can become negative. People make it negative.
Every sideshow it's a fight every time. It's either somebody clapping or somebody getting in a fight.
And that's every time. The fights are about shit and motherfuckers stepping on other motherfuckers' shoes.
In many cases, it has actually kept the community or the residents of that community in prison in their own home.
Anytime anybody blocks the street, you can't get around, or you have to sit and wait till they finish, you know, doing donuts or whatever they're doing in the street. It's an inconvenience.
At one time, there were in the neighborhood of 15 to 20 cars. Some parked, some spinning tires. It was all happening right in front of the firehouse. We couldn't actually leave the barn that we're parked in because of the cars blocking up our traffic area right here. We went to pull forward, and the response from the crowd once they saw us trying to leave was almost like it was a big joke. People were laughing, people were cheering.
How did that make you feel when the people was laughing?
Actually, just angry, because we're risking our lives for total strangers.
Unfortunately, the sideshow activity, when they go into an intersection, they take over the intersection with no regards to the individuals that reside in that community. So you can imagine how it holds that community in fear.
Hey, man. Hey, man. My turn, huh? Let me get this thing out here.
People make sideshows negative by doing anything that's jealous or envious to somebody else.
Man, you ain't noticed all them killings out at them sideshows, man?
Mm-hmm.
That shit, it can cost your life going there thinking you clean and tight and shit, coming trying to high floss your shit. That shit can cost your life.
I had this young, beautiful young lady named Yukindra Johnson coming home after having a great time out and coming home, and she was killed by a guy who was driving a vehicle who was intoxicated, and he rammed into this beautiful young, and sideshow related. This young lady is no longer alive.
Half a dozen homicides are attributed to sideshow activities, and I would say an upward of about a dozen actual incidents, and I'm referring to vehicle collisions that are attributed also to sideshow.
What the kids were doing, I don't know what they're called, the weaves or whatever, where they drive from one side of the street to the other, you know, hanging out. It was really dangerous.
We just recently had an incident where a brick was placed in the gas pedal of the vehicle. The vehicle was unoccupied, and the vehicle was torpedoed into a police car, at which time there was a police officer inside the vehicle that took some injuries.
I mean, if you get arrested from the sideshow, is the police fault because at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you're out there spinning your cars, doing donuts, disrupting people's home? Is the police to blame for that? No, you're responsible for that.
To find a solution, you have to get to the root of the problem, and I'm not sure that exactly what causes the problem of sideshows. I don't know what drives people to go out and, you know, spin donuts in circles and block up traffic and cause injury to innocent people.
I think people go to sideshows because they be out on Friday or Saturday with nothing to do, and the whole car agree on going to a sideshow.
I would say go to the club or a party, but those get closed down really fast, so there's nothing else to do but go to a sideshow.
I mean, the nearest bowling ring is in Hayward.
No arcades.
Some people don't have cars. They took our Malibu away from us, and everybody knows from Oakland that Malibu used to be the most popping, jumpingest place, the place to be.
So they shut down Festival at the Lake. You don't see that any longer. They used to have the Carajama over at Mosswood Park. I don't know, but I think they shut that down this year. So now they have issues dealing with the sideshow, and they're trying to shut that down.
In July of this year, the city of Oakland put a new ordinance into effect to stop the sideshows.
This ordinance, aimed mainly at the spectators, allows police to cite and fine anyone within 100 feet of a sideshow if they are caught encouraging the participants of a sideshow.
Fines start at $500 and $750, up to $1,000 and possibly 6 months in jail.
if you choose to engage in the sideshow activities. We want to clearly let it be known to you that there is a price to pay if you choose to do something illegal.
The law is going after people that are encouraging this kind of behavior, which is dangerous, which gets people hurt, gets multiple auto accidents in one area, it blocks up streets.
The people that stand on the corner and watch that shit, or at High Street and watch that shit at the gas station, they gonna take the people out, so you're gonna give you a $500 ticket. Next you get a rack worth of tickets. You feel me? That shit ain't cool. You can't even stand and have fun. We ain't got no movies out here. We ain't got no rink or no skating rink or something. We ain't got nothing out here to do. So we gonna go to the corner and start a sideshow up.
There's no question that it aims at people who don't have the resources to go elsewhere, and they don't really have many options in Oakland for how to have a good time. Can't afford high-priced concert tickets or whatever. And so, yeah, definitely it targets the people who have the fewest choices, and those are always people of color and poor people.
If they had simply said that we are going to implement this ordinance across the city, wherever sideshows are taking place, then it wouldn't necessarily impact one group disproportionately. The sideshow zone is an area roughly High Street to the San Leandro border between MacArthur and International Boulevard. Who lives in those areas? Predominantly African American and Latino people.
It seems like the only reason they're making it illegal for people to come watch them is because they get the people who couldn't get away fast enough. I don't know, it kind of seems to miss the point.
Basically, it's a money issue. The more people they get in jail, the more money they make. The more people they could arrest, the more money they make. They don't care about us having no fun. They don't give a fuck about our fun or us enjoying ourselves. They just care about their money.
There's always been a fear by the police and by the government of black people gathering together. And it stems from their fear of seeing an organized black population which they don't have any control over. And so you're seeing this now take place in another form. So now the sideshow is an issue because now that's the place that blacks gather.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I say I don't like that new law, because sideshow's been around for years. Why would they just now try to stop it?
If sideshows aren't happening, and last I heard from the department, supposedly the last one was in May, why the urgency of passing a spectators ordinance with little to no public participation?
Jerry Brown is trying to, pad his resume as he runs for Attorney General so that he can appear to Californians to be tough on law and order and tough on criminals and tough on crime.
If we could get a space where we could perform the demonstration of how we spin our cars, even though I'm not into it. However, if that's what black people want to do, well, this city government is obligated to respect its citizens' desire to have a space made for them.
We need to find a place for this activity so that it can happen in a safe way, in a legal way that doesn't throw people into the criminal justice system.
We don't even have to call it sideshow, so we won't interrupt people. We can call it urban rodeo, and you heard that from me.
If it's about the money, hey, Charlie, you want to come out here, you want to tear up your tires and do donuts and all that, you do it, sign the waiver to do it at your own risk and charge a fee to get in the dough for the spectators and the regulators. You feel me? And let the city get their money and everybody be happy.
But I don't think it's a city responsibility to provide you activity at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And like I said, if you're out there engaging in the sideshow, then I'm going to hold you accountable and responsible for your actions the same way that you hold me accountable and responsible for my actions.
I think the designated location is a bad idea because I don't think it'll crank just in one spot. Shit, it gotta be all over the town or else it ain't gonna be no fun. Well, then people ain't even gonna pay, you feel me? People ain't even gonna go to it because people so used to going to sideshows for free. Why the hell would they start paying to go to a sideshow? That's stupid, it don't make sense.
I'm sort of torn both ways. I can understand where children are and what they do, but I also understand that we as adults have to guide them.
we're in a state of emergency. Black men are killing one another left and right. So it's important not just that we gather for the sideshows, but that we gather so that we can address the serious economic need and the serious social need that we have within our communities.
I think part of the reason that some of the young people who go to them like them is because it isn't just the excitement of the race, but I think they like that it's illegal, that it's kind of daring, you know.
If you legalize that shit, it's not gonna be, you feel me, you still gonna wanna swing on the corner. You feel me, even when you designated have it, you can go to Coliseum and swing, you always wanna get down on the corner in front of the hood, on a block or something. You gonna always wanna break the law. It feel good when you break the law, you feel like you up on top of something. You feel me? So it ain't gonna never be a designated spot for it. It's always gonna happen wherever, whenever, and however.
Mm-hmm.